Welcome to the Russell County High School Football Coaches Show. My name is Chance Corbett. I'm a county commissioner, and I will be leading the program today along with Coach Griggs, the high school football coach for Russell County. Coach Griggs, thanks for being here today.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, one of the great things about this show is we'll be able to show you insights that you wouldn't have received just by watching the football game, because, you know, obviously there's a lot going on in Russell County with the great win, the first game of the season. We want to kind of share a little bit of the background with that too. And I wanted to start off by, Coach, giving you an opportunity to introduce yourself, tell us about your family, your vision here at Russell County, and why it's going to be special for the years to come.
So my name's Coach Griggs. I'm a Troy University graduate. My wife, Morgan Griggs, and my son, Logan Plyler. He's in the 6th grade. My wife teaches over there at the middle school. You know, and I've definitely outkicked my coverage on my wife, but if anybody asks on Friday nights if it goes bad, she's the one to blame because she's the real head football coach here. You know, and to kind of talk a little bit about my vision of Russell County is really just to kind of put these kids in a position to be successful, you know, and success is relative, obviously.
Right, absolutely.
But, you know, through all the years, you know, I grew up playing Russell County when I was in high school at Enterprise, and obviously I've coached against Russell County here and there throughout the years. You know, and I just kind of felt they were a little bit like me, you know, the person that shouldn't but could. And so, you know, my vision is just to provide opportunities for these kids and to hold them accountable beyond measure.
Yeah, that's great. Well, one of the reasons we're standing out here in the sun today and the sunlight hitting us so hard is because of what's going on behind us. One of the things I wanted to really push at this first segment was talk about the facilities. Coach, you reached out to me early on as a commissioner wanting help with the program and what we could do, and I think a lot of people have come on board, not only with the locker rooms. Talk us a little bit about the locker rooms and just the whole environment, and then talk about what's going on behind us in the field.
All right, so when we first got here, you know, we got with you, and we got with the sheriff's office and a handful of other people, and so the first thing we did was we redid the carpet and all the locker rooms. We redid the lockers. We put new paint up on the wall. We put graphics up on the walls. We added TVs in the locker room and in the weight room. We added graphics in the weight room. We went into the coaches' offices, got new desks put in, 75-inch flat screen so that they could watch film and we could meet together as a staff. We also had Miss Keene was nice enough to give us a classroom that we turned into a staff meeting room as well. And so, and as that kind of progressed, we ended up getting a great Nike deal done, and the kids got new jerseys, new practice cloth, new cleats. We got new helmets. I mean, from the top to the bottom, if we could do it, we redid it with the help of a lot of people, including the Board of Education. And so, as that kind of trickled along, we kind of realized that, you know, we needed a new turf. And so, right here we've got turf getting put down. It's the same turf that the Ohio State Buckeyes have in their stadium and the Carolina Panthers use. And then, you know, when we're going to have new turf, we got to have a new Jumbotron and a new sound system. So I don't know if they can see it over there, but over there in the corner, you know, we've got a big Jumbotron, and then it's got a state-of-the-art sound system that's just going to be jumping and rocking the house on Friday nights. And then we added an LED light show up there, and the lights will turn on and off as we score touchdowns or during pregame. And then Sheriff Taylor was nice enough to come in and redo all the signage around the stadium. And, you know, I'll tell you, I'm really excited. I think that we're going to have a top-of-the-line facility. I know that we've got a top-of-the-line locker room and a top-of-the-line weight room, and that's just the goal since I've been here day one, is just to provide the best for the kids that we possibly could.
You know, one of the big things for me is I'm an alum of Russell County High School, and I graduated on this field, so it is really awesome to see what's going on here and to think what's going on in the future. It has been great. It has not always been a winning program. I mean, we've had years that we couldn't win football games, and you know, people saw that, but I think they're starting to see a difference now. One of the things I did at the first game, as you know, is I made a little friendly wager with the mayor, Copeland of Smith Station, about that game, and then hyped it up a little bit, and even the mayor was, you know, it was his suggestion to swap shirts, and when they lost, he had to wear the shirt and buy my lunch. You know, it was a great thing. Yeah. But one of the future shows I want to look at is the 98 team with Micah Johnson, to get him here and get his perspective of this. It's something I bounced around already with his mother talking about. So something we definitely want to look at in the future. But I want to talk for a second about the Smith Station game, if we can. And what did you see out of your team there? What did you see? Did you see what you were expecting? And what can you build on for the next team?
You know, I think more importantly, and I've said this from day one, we don't have a talent issue at Russell County. We more have had an issue maybe of a lack of understanding of the game, or maybe moving some kids in different positions. You know, we did a lot of that when we first got here. You know, like even our center, we moved him to guard and we moved another kid to center.
Right.
And so, you know, going to the Smith Station game, it was more of just trying to change the mentality of the program. And so we're more of trying to get these kids to play with a chip on their shoulder, a little angry but controlled aggression, if that makes sense. And so, you know, I think the thing that really had me excited on game day was we go into pregame meal. And it's funny that you mentioned Micah Johnson. Micah is actually giving the pregame speech tomorrow for the game. But they were sitting there, they were silent, not a word. You know, and just to see the focus. And I was even a little worried going into that because I put up our hype video right before we load the bus to head to the stadium, and they were just sitting there the whole time. I'm like, are they ready? You know, but it was kind of that calm before the storm, you know, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of the 2018 state championship game when I was at Central.
All right.
We're riding the bus on the way to Jordan Hare, and I look back and we got starters napping on the bus right before the biggest game of their lives. And, you know, to me, that calm, controlled aggression, you know, I could see it in their eyes in pregame warm up. And you know, they were very focused. They were ready. I think they were well prepared. You know, I tell them all the time, we're just coaches. We read some words on a piece of paper. We don't execute the plays. We don't do any of those things. It's all about you. You're what's special, and it's got nothing to do with any of us.
I think being at that game, what we saw was the coaches jumping up and high-fiving and body, you know, bumping with the players, and it's just an element of, you saw the excitement in the players, and when they'd make a good play, it was very obvious of what was going on. So it was a great environment to be at, even though you were at Smith Station. And in the end, it got a little nail biter there towards the end, but you know, we were very happy to obviously see how it turned out, and obviously I didn't have to buy the mayor, you know, lunch or have to wear the Smith Station jersey, so that was a big one for me too. So, so a couple other things real quick. Your second game obviously got forfeited by Barber County. I guess that was some issues they had going on. But the next game you have coming up this week is Park Crossing. Is that right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So how are you feeling about that game?
So, you know, Park Crossing, I mean, they're a Montgomery City school, you know. I mean, they're going to have really athletic kids. The offensive line and the defensive line, they're going to have good size. They're going to have good, you know, feet. You know, that's one thing you always look for, offensive line, quarterbacks, athletic. The secondary's good, you know. I mean, I think my big thing watching them is the same thing I said going in the Smith Station game. If you just do your job, don't worry about the guy to your left or the right. You got to trust your brothers next to you. Yeah. I think that tomorrow night could be a very successful night for us. But at the same time, we can't continue to have 20 penalties for 150 yards. You know, we've got to lock into the little bitty things, and we've got to understand, you know, when we're blocking, when that guy starts to run away, you got to let go, and you just, hey, whatever happens, happens beyond that point, you know. And so, you know, we're going to do a really good job. Today we've got a practice where we're going to actually play the game. We call it play the game. So we're going to go every scenario for the game. We're going to re-go over the game plan. We're going to get them here in the morning. We're going to go over breakfast, and we're going to talk more about the game plan. We're going to get them locked in. But if they just do their job, I feel very good about tomorrow night. That's great.
And as a reminder to the people that are watching us before the game this Friday night, which would be I guess it'd be the 3rd, September 3rd. That game will not be played here, obviously, because they're still putting the turf grass down. And I know that's killing you because you really want to be here. But that game, to keep it in Russell County, the only other facility we had that was available was to play it at Ladonia. So this will be played at the Ladonia Sports Complex, which is where I played Pee-wee football. That's know, broke my leg out there, you know, playing football. So it's going to be kind of special. We've got great facilities there, not to the level space-wise and parking. So we've already put it on social media. Be prepared for, you know, traffic issues or whatever, but the sheriff's office will be out there. We're really looking forward to a good game. Looking forward to having a facility there that, you know, that we've actually done some upgrades to in the last week or two that needed to get you there. So we're happy to have you doing that. So I think those are big issues for us. So the last thing I want to talk about real quick is players getting scholarship offers. You know, we're already seeing this on social media. That is a huge issue for you know kids when they're going to high school. We're seeing that you actually have kids that are already getting offers. I saw the last one, I think, was Georgia Tech. You want to talk about that a second?
Our running back Drew Pickett, who is a very special young man. So, you know, it's more of it's more of a testament to his academic success as well as his athletic success. You know, Drew has a 3.7 GPA, a 24 on the ACT, just when he was a sophomore last year. Yeah. So you kind of mix that with athletic abilities. You know, you can kind of start getting those offers. Drew has actually in the last 2 days picked up a Michigan State offer, a North Texas offer, and a Georgia Tech offer. You know, and we got some other kids. DJ Epps has kind of gotten big on the scene, and we have some schools calling about him. B-Song's kind of getting, you know, some noise. Tofano. You know, I feel really confident that these guys keep producing and keep going. And, you know, and I tell them all the time, I don't know if it'll be D3, D2, D1, NAIA, JUCO. Right. An opportunity to me is an opportunity, and more importantly than anything else, it's like I said from day one, our job is to open doors for them, and it's their decision to step through or to close that door. And so, you know, we're gonna be calling schools, especially during the off season. I will guarantee you, once about November hits, I guarantee we'll start seeing even more and more and more and more stuff, because, you know, as a coach, I'm gonna call these coaches, and I'm gonna be aggressive. And I've got good coaches like Coach Albert and Coach Brazel and Coach Bullen. You know, we have some guys who have really kind of been at the college level that really have those connections to help out as well, and we're aggressive with it, you know. I mean, because I think those coaches tell that, hey, we believe in them. I'm not going to send you somebody that's not going to potentially produce for you, because I want a long-term relationship in it. And it helps with some of these coaches that have already offered offers to some of the kids, because we had prior relationships with those guys. And so, you know,
that's great.
It's a relationship-built business, and, you know, it's nice. Like Coach Ryan Applin over at Arkansas State, you know, I've known him for a long, long time. You know, I called him one time about Drew. He turned on the film for 30 seconds, said, yep, we'll offer him. And so that's good for our kids more than anything. So, you know, we're going to be there. I'm excited to kind of see, as the games kind of go along, who's going to continue to get those offers. And, you know, that's our main thing is to get them out of here and to give them opportunities beyond the high school level.
And the last thing, you mentioned your coaching staff, and I want to tell you that obviously I'm impressed with the way you're talking and the way you're moving this program. I've watched them as well and had conversations with them before offline. And before I made that wager with the mayor, I actually asked your assistant coaches, hey, I appreciate the coach is out for his team, but, you know, can y'all win this game? And they said, if we play half as good as we practice, we're going to win.
Right.
So, I mean, that meant a lot. I think you've got a good staff, and you mentioned their names earlier, and I think the kids appreciate them too. So
yes, sir.
I think it's a big part of it. So anything else you want to say as we wrap it up?
No, just, you know, I think tomorrow night could be really, you know, to me, it's almost like that old school high school football game. I think I'm really kind of more excited back when I was in high school, or kind of back when you were back in high school. Bring your blankets, bring your chairs, you know, bring the family, sit on the hill, watch the game. It's going to be a good game, and I think it could be an interesting, just old school dynamic that nobody's aware. We're going to have a DJ on the field, you know, we're going to have the PA system, we're going to have a real deal announcer announcing the game. You know, we're going to do everything we can to make it as close to being in this stadium as we can, and the more people that come out, the better that environment's going to be. And so we ask you to come on out. You can go to GoFan and search Russell County High School and go ahead and get your tickets online. There won't be any tickets sold at the game. You'll have to buy them online. So just come out and support.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to the game, Coach, and the rest of the year with Russell County football. So each week we're going to come back and highlight the game that was the previous week, talk about the future, and hopefully the next game will actually be here at the home stadium with the new turf. We appreciate CTV Beam for allowing us to do this show, and obviously Russell County coach Dylan Griggs for being here with us and talking about this great program. Thank y'all.